Well, hello again, and welcome back to another episode of HYA1. It's been a minute. Took a little hiatus after the 600, but here we are.
We needed a break.
Needed a break.
Needed a break.
Needed to recover
Yeah.
from the shenanigans of the 600.
2 weeks of recovery.
2 weeks of whole recovery, and here we are again.
We're back.
Another episode. We're inside the lovely Casa de Chase. Mostly because it's just hot as balls outside.
Hot as balls.
Yeah. I couldn't get to the episode without just sweating my
There's no way.
hair.
I'd pressure wash for an hour. And when sweat come off my nose, I said, I'm just gonna rinse it off. I'm about done. Like it was 11 o'clock in the morning and I'm pouring sweat.
Well,
Ridiculous.
it's North Carolina summertime.
Yeah, and probably Wednesday to be snowing.
Yeah, maybe. It might. For those of you that didn't get a chance to check it out, the 600 episode is up, both parts of it. And along with debuting that episode, HYA1 ended up on TikTok.
On TikTok.
So
Swipe.
while you're scrolling before you go to bed or on the toilet, because we know you do,
Toilet scrolls might be the worst scroll.
you just sit there forever.
Yeah, and your legs go numb.
Yeah, you just sit there all
And
day.
then, do you have like the little red spots on your knee right here from like sitting like this and scrolling? Are you like one of these? Are you like sitting there like this?
Yeah, I'm kind of a half cocked guy.
So you like this?
Yeah, and then just kind of going at it, you know.
Well, I'm right here, dude.
I'll tell you this much. I don't know how people do that. Like, I don't know how people sit on the toilet and scroll for 45 minutes. I can't do that.
I'll tell you this right now. I'll be completely honest. Here, no. I'm at work.
That's because you're trying to get out of work.
Nah, it's just because I get sidetracked. Like I'll go in there, I'll start. But if somebody's in the bathroom with me,
Yeah.
I'm not pulling it up. But like if I'm there by myself, I'm gonna blare it.
You gonna do it?
Yeah. Now Clayton cracks me up because Clayton sent a Snapchat to me when he's at work and it's hot outside.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll be taking it up, and his hat off, shirt off, glasses off, at work.
Just at work. Just,
Takes his shirt off.
I know.
Yeah,
all right.
I can't do all that at work.
Well, like I said, check us out on TikTok. Some of these clips from today's episode will be on there as well. We got a good one planned for you. As always,
Did you say that?
yeah, every one of them.
We got a good one planned.
We have one planned for you.
Yeah, we don't plan squat.
Well, we have some
I did.
ideas. We got good ideas. They don't always come to fruition, but they're solid ideas. I'm going to start out with my topics today because it is sports related. I've been pondering on these for a while.
Well, that Bryce Young got in a fight with J.C. Horn.
Yeah, that's not here or there. I can't with the comment.
Could you imagine that fight?
Yeah, he got killed.
It's like two middle schoolers just going at it over a hat.
It's the, what was your find there? What's your find? I mean, really, Bryce Young probably, whenever he gets mad, it sounds like a squeaky toy.
Hey, don't you kick my ass at me. Don't you? I go tell my mom on you.
Yeah, that's it. That's how I picture Bryce Young.
No, that's the quarterback.
I got you. All right. So the two topics that they kind of feed off of one another today, like I said, they are sports related. One of the topics I know almost all of our friends have experienced one time or another. And I hit it first. Okay? I had a personal bone to pick with every single organization, even the ones that I've been included with, that host a Captain's Choice golf tournament.
Oh my gosh.
Okay? You did not turn in a 40 or a 50. Okay? I'm not saying that it's not possible. I'm not saying that it can't be done.
We've turned in a 56. Truthfully,
Hold on. I'm not saying that it can't be done. I'm just saying you didn't do it.
no.
I'm sorry. You just didn't do it.
No.
You did not turn in a 48 or a 49 or a 50.
There's nothing worse than when you're sitting there and you played an honest 18-hole Captain's Choice tournament, even for like a fun, like even the other tournament.
Yeah.
Just a fundraising thing.
Oh yeah.
You know, and you're sitting there and you see 60s, 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 like low 60s.
Mhm.
You got your occasional high ones, you know,
Mhm.
and then you in your 50s. 54, I'd take it.
I expect to see the 54s, even in the 52 range.
The moment that dude writes down a 48
I'm like,
or a 49,
dude,
all 31 teams
Dude.
is easily looking at that one team to make a 32.
like, come on now.
It's like, that bullshit.
Come on now.
No chance.
Like, so
I
my,
watched, and it's bad when the team that turns it in, you're like, if like you're behind the team, and you watch them like pick up,
well,
and they still turn something like
Ryan, yeah, and to add to that, you, number one, have watched them play all day,
yeah,
and you're like, no, they didn't. And then you know them. Like, there's a solid chance that I know who they are, and I probably played with them before. I'm like, brother,
no,
you do not shoot a 48 here. I would bet my paycheck that you didn't do it. And to feed into that, I would like for a golf tournament to promote a no cheating Captain's Choice tournament and have an actual, either you have a person that rides with your team and keeps your score, or you pair up with another team and you keep their score.
I like the person.
Either one's fine.
But
Either one's
if
fine.
you do the person thing, I would say, I know this is a lot, and I mean, you take it to like extravagant amounts. I mean, like this Blue Marlin tournament, like
Yeah.
they gotta have video proof and everything of everything. Stick a GoPro on that golf cart on the person who's not.
You footage.
Well, no, that way you can't. No, I mean, you got guys that go in tournaments, they're loaded. Who's to say that if that person is watching and they just all slip them a couple $100 like, yo?
I mean, yeah, I understand that. And like, you can't control every little aspect of it. But what I'm saying is, I mean, how many teams have we played with? 30 teams, maybe, is the most I've ever had.
The Ethan Durant Billers is 32.
32 teams, and that's a packed tournament. Okay.
You got to play 18 as a par 3.
Right. So it's a packed tournament. You need 32 volunteers to ride on the golf course by the team.
And I'd tell you, if I wasn't golfing, I'd do it.
Yeah. Yeah. You just go chill and you keep their score.
Yeah.
That's
and
it.
then you write down.
And you keep their mulligans. Yeah, or their whatever they got, whatever they bought, you know. I promise you.
But also too, if they're going to do that, they also are the ones that need to for sure know golf, because that way, if someone's out of bounds, if your ball is out of bounds 3 feet, then you'd be like, yeah, just bring it up. You know what I mean? Like, they make those decisions, not you. That way you're not.
I also believe that you could, if you wasn't able to do a 32 volunteers, then you could split, every single tournament could split down the middle a competitive and a non-competitive
bracket,
right,
or whatever.
And okay, so now we've got 10 competitive teams. The 10 competitive teams are going to have the guys on it, the volunteers on it.
Dude's watching.
The other guys, you know, you're going to shoot 62 or whatever, and it's just normal play.
Yeah.
I'm so.
This is funny you bring this up. I talked to Dylan Painter earlier in the week. Well, I'm from work, and he's like just getting into golf. I mean, he played with like Jimmy Jacobs, some of them, and Jimmy's pretty good. He's not like Jesse, you know. And Dylan was like, dude, we golfed in this tournament. And he was like, these dudes from out of state come to this tournament. Like, they wasn't from here. They entered in this tournament the day of, won the tournament with a 40, I think he said a 47 or something like that. And then got their money, didn't donate back to the charity and just left.
Right.
And I was on the phone with Dylan, and he's like, that's crazy. I said, no, it's not. They didn't.
That's how
that's wrong, yeah. I mean, if you're from out of state and you just last minute like, oh, hey, we see a tournament.
Yeah. I'm not expecting to go in and win a tournament. What I'm expecting is just a little bit of fair play.
Oh,
here.
well, at least.
Because now it's just known. Like, you just know everyone's going to cheat whenever you go to these tournaments. I understand that the purpose of the tournament is to raise money for whatever organization is being put it on.
Yeah.
I get it. That's fine. But at what point are you just blowing $100 down the drain?
Yeah.
I mean, really, I mean, you just know that. I mean, I'm not right now 49. There's no way I'm not doing that.
Whenever, I mean, and there's good golfers out there. There's beyond good golfers. Like, for an example, that one year you had Drew Ramsey. He played golf at Wilmington.
Uh-huh.
He shoots in the 70s. Also shoots in the 70s.
Yeah.
Dalton shoots in the 70s. I can't remember who they have for their fourth. But, like, those dudes are week in and week out.
Yes.
By themselves shooting the 70s.
And I believe that
they turn in the 50s,
They can turn in the 51s, 52, 53s. Perfectly acceptable. I get it. What I'm still questioning, maybe sometimes, yeah, probably.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like,
you hit that 50 down range, I don't believe you.
That's what I'm saying. But when you have golfers like that are sitting there and watch a 4 and a 9 or a 4 and a 8 go down, and they're like,
I mean,
BS.
We've been standing beside Austin before, and the 48 went up there, and I was like,
no way.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there's
no possible.
No.
So I'll live here and I'll play here every day. Yeah. It's not possible.
No.
But me, Gordo, Cam, and Roger played in a tournament one time, River Oaks. Okay, for those of you who never played,
is this pre-remodel? Like
This is pre-remodel.
Like played the whole stuff. Like okay.
Yes. I think personally, River Oaks is one of the hardest courses in the area.
Yeah, dude, 9's tough.
And a lot of people can say that. It's hard. We shot a legitimate 53. It played phenomenal.
Roger's good too.
Roger's a member there. He is solid. He knows what he's doing. We've played there a bunch of times. We played phenomenal golf. It was legitimate. I was like, man, we played a great round. Turned in our 53. The person running the tournament was like, man, that's a great score. So you guys in the leader now. We're like, I mean, yeah,
it's kind of one to make let you cheat. Like, you know what I mean?
No. Yeah, like they're not going to do that.
If you're just messing around,
they're not going to write down a fictitious score on that.
Yeah, Gordo and Scott.
Yeah.
Gordo are the same person. The reason it's called Hit You Another One does come from Gordo.
But that's when he's just playing around.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Out there just...
It was saying, hey, it doesn't, the tournament style Gordo is book.
Yeah. So, again, we turned in this score, and we're like, man, this is a good score. We didn't even place in the top 3 before it was over. A 49 won it, and then a 50 and then a 51 turned in.
At River
Oaks.
No shot.
With non-members.
No shot.
Non-members. And I was like, it's not possible. It's not possible to do. I just don't believe you. I'm sorry, I don't believe you.
9 at River Oaks might be one of the hardest holes.
It's hard.
I think it's harder than the one that used to be, I think it was like 10 at Hampton, that had a straight 45-degree angle.
Well, at that tournament and in most tournaments, they place a scorecard up there.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2 at River Oaks, the long par 5, they albatrossed it. I was like, no, they didn't.
No, they did not.
They did not. It's not possible to albatross that hole. You can't hit 2 shots, 250 yards, and not fly the green because it's sloped down.
Yeah.
Like you're telling me that you hit a bomb 300 yards straight, and then you hit another bomb, and it landed perfectly on a sloped green, and they rolled right to the pin.
No shot.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
That and then, I think what makes River Oaks so hard is everything's like this, and not like this.
Oh yeah.
Like 90% of their holes are like this. You know what I mean? Like, and they're the only thing that's straight there is their par 3s, except the one that's just pure downhill with all the monkey grasses out.
Mm-hmm.
That one's filthy hard, you know.
Mm-hmm. I just feel passionate about this.
Yeah,
I'm imploring those that host and put on Captain's Choice tournaments, make your money, but for the love of Pete, have some kind of officiating in these tournaments, because it's just getting to the point where it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's just ridiculous. Like I don't know what else to say.
And I think too that there is give and take in some things like that, like everything. You know what I mean? Like you can have a really good lucky day. What the Harbinson that got the all-in-one on number 7, 9, 7.
Yeah.
You do have days like that where people are on, but you're not going to have a day where you got 4 dudes out who are just spanking it out there. That's just going to be able to do that. There's no way.
Yeah, I know. I
mean, yes, unless you got unlimited mulligans.
I get it.
That is a good one, man. That really is.
On the backside of this same conversation, kinda not to do with golf. I am sick and tired of the stupid strike mat in slow pitch softball.
Dude.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't do it no more.
What makes me mad is about the strike mat thing. It's so like when we played in that league in Mountain View, or whatever. Like we played there, and then you go somewhere,
Right.
Every time you went and played somewhere, the mat was never the same. It's either butted up to the plate,
Yep.
this far from the plate,
Yep.
this far from the plate,
Yep.
and it's never like if it's going, you're gonna have a strike mat, it needs to be butted up and or 2 inches from the back of the plate, whatever. And what drives me nuts is that the ball hits this much of the freaking corner. They're like, and it's like,
Oh yeah. I'm not.
call it like a normal ball.
I
It's a
think-
fucking strike.
I think on the same line, for me, that all that mat does is promote walks.
Oh yeah.
All it does. I've seen some phenomenal softball pitchers play. Hitting that mat is hard to do.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, but that long,
And it's this wide.
and it's this wide, and you're trying to toss it and hit it. All it does is promote walks. If you had an actual, called strike zone where it was up to that umpire to make the call, for me, I'd be like, I'm gonna swing the bat.
I've got to.
I got to the bat because even if it is a little bit outside, he might call a strike.
Yeah.
I mean, it is mine.
I don't know, but some of this, I think slow pitch softball is obviously different, but you still have a strike zone margin. You know what I mean? Like it's legitimate. You have it. And I think all it depends too is the ref. I really do. Well, not the ref, your ump for that game, because some of them are a little biased to teams.
Well, that's true. And that's a whole other topic to begin with. On the same topic as the striking zone, the league I play in the Star Town, they use the plate and the mat as a strike. And I hate that.
That sucks.
Because if you're just like, I mean, I'm sitting back in the box because obviously the ball's coming down. That ball hits the very front of the plate. It looks like it's 4 feet short.
Yeah, and then a strike.
I'm like, it's a strike. I was like,
You're not go off on it.
God, I hate that. God. Yeah. So as far as like,
you want to turn around, fuck, really?
I'm calling this.
Is this your just rant session?
No, well, kind of, but these are just like the sports that all the dudes play.
Yeah.
Like all the dudes play slow pitch softball, and all the dudes playing a little captain choice tournament or whatever.
I do look like Chopper. Bit down.
But
let me tell you this.
That's just my little.
I'm going to say something
on those things.
I'm going to say something that really does chap my ass. It really does.
Okay.
I'm probably going to get flack for this, I know. I cannot stand co-ed leagues.
I
think, like, for an example, you can go to the YMCA, you can play basketball. All guys, you know what I mean? No, I'm saying you can go and play all guys. Like, if you want to go there, you can play all guys. Like
they can.
I'm saying they don't require you to have a.
Oh, okay. You're saying that you don't have to have girls on your team.
Yes, you can show up and play all night. You know what I mean? Every freaking league for softball now, almost, you gotta have 2 females. Why can't you just do like, if you want to do it, you can. If you don't, you don't. Like if we want to put a softball together, I do like it. If you wanted a whole team with all guys, do it. If this team's got a girl that's just 50 raw and they want to go on their team, then they can have them on their team.
I got you.
But don't force them. Because, for example, not everyone knows 2 girls who are just good at softball.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So you're gonna have 2 girls on your team if you can't find none that are good, and that's gonna be either 2 automatic outs, or you're gonna have one might be good at hitting the ball but slow on the run. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Make it like that.
Finding girls to play is extremely difficult.
It is. Well, they will play. It's finding girls that can play.
Well, yeah, I mean that's it's hard to do. The kind of thing doesn't bother me as bad, but I get where you're coming from. Like
It checks my ass. Like
if you want to add girls to your team,
I don't. Because there's girls out there that are good. Like, what's your name that used to go to Cornerstone? Katie, I think it was, or something like that. She was good. Will looked wicked good. But it's, don't force me to be able to have girls on my team.
Yeah.
If I can't find girls, then I can't form a team.
Right.
You know? So then you're just missing out on a team.
I got what you're saying.
Just make it like the YMCA does it. And just, if you want to have girls in a team, have girls. If you don't, you don't. Let it be your option as a team.
I think that this is always going to code now that like it's just never going to go.
And kickball pisses me off.
Oh, I love kickball.
That makes you so mad.
I love kickball.
Makes you so mad.
If they had adult kickball league at like, you know, Starktown or Maiden over here still, that's so much fun.
I hate it.
Why?
It's stupid.
That's so much fun.
I just can't get competitive with kickball.
Brother, I can get competitive over anything.
Kickball, I can't.
Anything. And you get to throw the ball at people.
And another thing, this Blue Marlin tournament, I've always wondered how people afford these boats. Not with Jordan, I get it. But what job do you have where you can just afford a $1.4 million boat to go fish? What job?
Well, so that was my little rants for the day.
I got
Chase said he's got some questions, or I guess topics that he wants to talk about today.
Not one of them is a topic, but the other one is, I guess, a question for you.
All right.
So one of these questions that I have is whenever we do the podcast with Papa, I watched this TikTok video one night, and it's a challenge in Texas to eat a 72-ounce steak and with your drink in your side.
Okay.
72-ounce steak, man. I mean, that's a big steak, you know?
Yeah.
And I watched that video, and I was telling Mom one day, I was like, I'd like to try that. Like, I don't think I can do it, but it'd be cool to try. Apparently, I didn't know this. Apparently, our grandpa done it and ate the 72-ounce steak and his size and his drink when he was a truck driver.
I can believe it. I don't know if he can do it now,
but I'm saying,
I believe he could at one time.
Yeah, so I want to ask people, like, how brutal did you feel after that?
I bet it didn't feel brutal at all. I bet it lit the plate. Yeah. By the way, if you ever seen our Papa eat, once, especially a steak, once the meal's done, he licks his plate. And it don't matter where we're at.
It drives Nanny nuts.
He takes his plate up and goes, look.
He licks it clean. You got mashed potatoes and gravy on there?
Licks it clean. Licks the plate clean. Any restaurant.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
And what kills me too is we go to
Texas poor.
We go to Texas Roadhouse for his birthday. Orders a salad and tells her no tomatoes. She's like, what sauce do you want? Or not dressing it. No, there's not. No. She brings it out. He's over there with this ketchup on it one. Give him this squirts ketchup all over it and eats it. And the waitress every time looks at him like he's a freaking.
He's the only person I've ever seen put ketchup on a salad.
And order no tomatoes.
Do you know why he does that? Has he ever told you why he puts ketchup on a salad?
Yeah.
He said it tastes like a cheeseburger.
That is the most ridiculous thing of the search.
That's why I said it. That's why I said it. I said, why do you use ketchup? Tastes like a cheeseburger.
Then order a cheeseburger.
He wants steak.
That pissed me off so much.
That's why
they got kid slaughters.
That's his explanation. That's what he said. Tastes like a cheeseburger, son.
Then you put ranch on it, and he wants to crucify you for it. And it's like, this belongs on the salad.
That's true.
You know?
That's true.
If you're putting ketchup. That is horrendous.
By the way, we are planning on doing Papa for the podcast at some point.
It's hard.
I think we're gonna have to do it at the barn, like you said. So we'll have to wait until it gets a little cool.
Cause you know he's so busy. So busy.
I got so much going on.
Like so much, and then you go by there and he's kicked back in his recliner napping with.
Oh yeah.
CNN or something.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He trying to turn CNN off, and he gets pissed.
So that's his life.
Whatever. I had this wild thought the other day. Said, everyone, I don't care who you are, even if you're lactose and can't have milk and cheese, everyone's bought milk.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has bought milk. What are the odds that you think in your lifetime that you've bought milk from the same cow twice?
Oh.
Think about that. Now I get going to Riverbend, and they got all their
So
stuff.
you're just talking about normal grocery store.
Walmart, whatever. Like how many? Like you go there and
You
get
bought milk from the same cow
twice. Like think about how much milk you've bought, and then how long a gallon of milk will last, and then think about like, do you think you ever got?
I mean, probably. I mean, I think it'd be fair to say that.
That's hard. You know how many cows?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get it.
I mean, you got a better chance of going to Riverbend because everything's there.
I'm not saying it's. I mean, it's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. I would say that probably, maybe, yeah. I wish you could taste the difference.
Yeah.
Like, that's Susie.
Rusty.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Bert.
That's
Bert.
Bert produces good milk today.
Yeah, Bert got in the wrong pasture last night. That like.
Speaking of Riverbend Creamery,
I'm talking milk. Beats you every day.
A lot of people don't know this, and I'm gonna make this a PSA right now. Riverbend Creamery, around November, has a Christmas treat cake ice cream. Oh, boy. Another story for this too. Once last Christmas time.
I've never seen you just do it.
Oh man, it's so good. Last Christmas, Luke Brown called me and was like, Riverbend Creamery has Christmas tree cake ice cream. And I was like, are you there right now? He's like, yeah. I said, give me some. Bring me some. He said, I ain't bringing you none. I said, Luke, bring me some. Bring me a little pint. I want to try it. He said, I ain't coming to the meeting right now. I was like, all right, I guess I'll tell Papa you slept all day or something. He said, don't do that. Don't tell him that.
That dude idolizes Papa.
I said, Luke, if you're ever in the ice cream, I'm telling him you slept till like 3 o'clock today. And I'll see him next. I was like, just don't. I ain't coming down there to give you no ice cream. I was like, all right, whatever, man. 20 minutes later,
Ice cream.
I got ice cream. He brought some ice cream. He pulled up. He said, here you go. Don't tell Roger I slept till 3 o'clock.
Do you think that, like, Luke looks up to Papa as a superhero?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love how all the firemen love Papa. And they don't realize that, like, they think they're in the good. Like yesterday, Luke.
I told him next yeah.
When Papa walks off, I was like, yeah, them firemen down there ain't doing nothing but just sitting on their ass.
Oh, yeah.
Wasting our tax dollars. But then he sent him a sign up. He's like, I appreciate y'all boys, but y'all do good for us. And he walks off, tells everybody that all the firemen are lazy as shit.
Yeah, I told him, I said, y'all think that y'all like in the clear and like, he lied to you guys or whatever.
He don't.
He thinks y'all suck.
Yeah.
He thinks y'all suck.
He don't.
That's just how he is. No one is good. Everybody sucks.
Yeah, I don't care if you are. You suck to Papa.
Yeah.
I don't even think. I think Nanny sucks to Papa. I think we suck to Papa. I know we suck to Papa.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's just a given.
Presley's the only one that doesn't suck to Papa.
That's true.
I walked in our last family thing. I walked in there and Papa was like, "Where's your boyfriend at?" And I was like, "Who?" He said, "Parker." I was like, "Okay." He's like, "He's probably just sitting home on a couch." I'm like, "Oh, not everybody. What you yell at us for is what you do." Like,
That's what he does. I just let him do it. He just comes and gives me a bunch of shit all the time at work, and I let him be.
Yeah, whatever.
And they asked me, okay, do you ever send them back to him? I was like, no. Why? I was like, it ain't help nothing.
He just goes on.
Yeah, it ain't like help nothing.
If you reply back to it, or if you say anything back to him, that will determine versus not saying anything back. That determines whether your conversation is going to be 30 minutes or 3 hours.
Uh-huh.
If you keep saying shit to him, it's going to get longer.
I like whenever he gets done belittling me and telling everybody how much of a piece of shit I am. And then he goes to leave. I say, all right, love you, bye. And
He can't do it. He can't do it.
He doesn't say anything.
He can't do it.
He doesn't say anything to me. And they're like, why do you do that? I'm like,
It's funny.
it's funny.
Like this. I don't think in my life I've ever heard my grandpa say it. My grandpa said, I love you. Like, genuinely be like, I love you. I think if I ever heard him say I love you, I'd buy a lottery ticket
Yeah.
and I'd probably fall over and die after that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I'll be on my deathbed.
yeah.
It would be, yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't think, like, no matter what, like, I was here to have to go get put in, anesthesia, all my surgeries, most of your grandparents would be like, I let, like, manage, I love you, be safe, I hope the surgery goes well. I was like, hey, you might not make it back. Like, all right, man, like,
Thank you.
yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, like, if one of us died,
Pal.
he'd just be sitting there like,
Huh. It is all right.
yeah. No, I mean, just like, look at me, just like, look at the edge, the casket, and like, I get more work out of him now than I did before.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it's like, your grandson's dead. He's just like, I should have died before he did. I'll die next week. I don't love him to death, but man,
That's who he is.
gotta love him.
Just accept him for who he is.
Yeah, I love that he complained and wanted a smoker for so long.
Got one
Got one,
Yeah.
won't use it.
that doesn't refuse to use.
Told mom it burnt the steaks. No, it won't. And no, it didn't. You're not, if you leave, you're going to make this, if you leave it on it for 20 hours, yeah, you're going to ruin it, but.
I have no words for it. I have no words for it whatsoever. That's just who he is.
I love it. He, like, you cooking a steak and he eats, he's like, yeah, Papa, I'll cook us some steak. He's like, whatever, dude.
I have one question to end this on today.
Well, I have one more question.
Oh, okay, sorry.
No, you got in that shit. Nice.
Okay. So I was asked to ask this question. If you could
Relax.
a fan. If you could wish an inconvenience on your enemy for the rest of their life, what minor inconvenience would you wish upon them?
Is this for me or for you too?
I have mine.
It's like, you're like a little notch. I'm pretty brutal.
It's gonna be minor inconvenience. Like, it can't be anything like maybe you get a car accident, or I hope that you chop your leg off, or whatever. It's just like a little minor inconvenience. Like, on your worst enemy, who would you wish this minor inconvenience on, and what would it be? You want me to tell you mine? So you just kind of have an idea. Mine would be every time you put socks on, you step in a puddle of water. That's the worst.
Yeah, that's the worst.
That's the worst.
This morning, I took a shower and I forgot to put my contacts in because I had my glasses on. I put my socks on when I stepped out of the shower. There was water there. I was in my socks, fully dressed and everything. And I went to step in to put my contacts in, and I stepped in the shower when I was in the floor, and my day started off like shit.
Yeah, it's the
I was
worst.
pissed.
It's awful.
Then I drove to freaking Family Dollar and they were closed. Yeah. I don't know. That's hard. I would say probably something along the lines like every time like they went to the ATM or like they went to dinner or something, every time their car would decline at least once at minimum.
What's the time the car declines?
Like, no, like every time they use it.
Every time
they use it, the car at least declines once. That's at least one like 2 or 3 times.
that's what I do the time.
Yeah.
So every time you use your card,
You go back, can you run it?
you have to run it 2 or 3 times.
Yes. They come in and all the time, but run it again. And then it declines again. No,
I think you just projected one of your biggest fears on us.
no,
That's not your biggest fear?
no. That's nowhere close to being here. Did it happen to me one time? Yes. But it happened more than once. I actually used my card. This wasn't long ago. I went to go use my card, and the lady at the same employees cut my card off on it because I ordered a new card, and you're not supposed to cut your card off till you get your new card. Well, she was new there, and she cut my card off, and I went to go eat, and it declined. And luckily, I had cash on me. But or no, I went to go buy my outdoor TV. My card declined. But that right there is like,
So embarrassing.
God, it is, Anna.
It's like,
Fuck. You know?
that card's good. I know that card's good.
Yeah.
I got money on it. I know I got money on it. I've got money on it. I know that card's good.
Something like that, probably. That or like every time you go to crank your vehicle, your battery is dead.
You're really inconveniencing people.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's why I asked about it, because like I'm pretty brutal. So like that's just probably as bad as I can get without getting like really deep into it.
So
Because I got some like hard stuff I can wish. You know what I mean?
So if you're watching this part so far, in the comments, let us know what your minor inconvenience would be for your worst enemy. Like, please don't kill anybody. Don't kill off people.
Yeah.
Even though battery thing's a little bit extreme. I mean, people got places to be. People got kids. People got kids.
Take a fucking spare battery with you. Take a jump box.
Just carry a spare battery.
Take a jump box.
All the
Take over cables. How you figured it out, brother?
All right, what's your last question?
So, the other night, I sent you a video of, I don't know, I got on to YouTube and I was trying to look up the if they had videos of the old high school entrance on YouTube. And I couldn't really find any good ones. Well, it popped up. The first thing that popped up after I looked that up was 2009 Main High School verse 54. And I was like, huh, is that on? I clicked on I'll watch it, and I was like, oh, there's that. And then I was like, Hassan Hopper for a 30-yard touchdown. I was like, damn, that's hot. And I kept watching. I seen like Stubb, Matt, all of them, and I was like, what a group. You know what I mean? So I watched that, and I was like, what a freaking group.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, Dan was on there too. I couldn't moved up. And so last night, Dan came over here with London, and she was running out and playing with Miller for a little bit before we went to John at 5, whatever. I pulled it up. And Dan was like, ooh. He was like, play that one. It was the next game after. It was like Mick Conover.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, telling me, he was like, right here, watch this. He's like, this is about to happen. This is about to happen. You know, like, tell me play by play, you know. So my question to Dan was, if you could go back, is there one game that you would go back to of your, you can say your high school career or just your varsity career? Is there one game that sticks out that you were just like, I would go back to that right now, or are you just content? Like, would you go back and do it, or you're just like, nah, I'm good?
Would the idea be that I could change the game, or would it be that just to relive it? Like, everything happens the same. I just get to relive it.
You could do that, or you could change it from it too. No, you couldn't change like the whole season. You know, just give a little like one game.
No, I think that my junior year, which would have been 2008, we played Bandies at home, and they were like right number one in the conference, so we beat it. Now, that was the game where you ran on the field and all like,
oh yeah, pick me up. That's where you going.
that was a good.
Yeah.
What was Dan?
I didn't like get into that like too deep with Dan.
You just had this question.
Well, we were talking about it, and Dan was like, God, he was like, what do I do? He was like, because it brought it up, about the metal tunnel.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, would you rather have the metal tunnel or the tunnel we have now? He's like, I don't know, man. He was like, the metal tunnel is hard.
I don't like that one.
And I was like, the helmet's cool.
Cool.
I'm saying it's cool because you can't hear them in the tunnel because the stadium's got speakers galore now. So the tunnel doesn't matter. But then the tunnel is so cool because Maiden had a crappy sound system, and all you heard was them just going nuts in there.
I think the problem with Maiden's entrance, and not to get on another rampage here, but the problem with Maiden's entrance is the old high schools was so cool.
Yeah, dude.
It's just if that didn't exist, if the tunnel, the old 10 tunnel didn't exist, the helm would be awesome.
Yeah.
You know, like, man, that's
music,
cool.
And what's cool is like they didn't play the music in the metal. Like they let everyone hear you in the metal tunnel before they started the music, you know? Yeah. I think, this is my personal opinion, the helmet looks cool from the fan side of it, and the tunnel's cool from the athlete side of it.
That's cool. I don't not like the tunnel. I mean, or the helmet. The 10 tunnel was okay. Like I said,
old school tunnel.
It's just so hard to beat the old tunnel.
I don't see why they didn't try to incorporate that. It would have been hard.
I heard they're going to. They're building it.
Ain't no way.
I've heard they had the money for it. Ask Dan about it.
So, sportsman. Hey, shout out Megan Sports.
Ask Dan about it. I heard they raised the money for it. I heard they're actually doing it.
That'd be sick. Give me the helmet, dude. Come back on it. Come back on it. And I'll say this was cool for me. Also, I mean, I know a lot of kids have like brothers that played sports and stuff like that. Like I know Dan understand where I'm coming from when I say this, but it's super cool whenever you have an older brother and you get to watch them like do that. You know what I mean? Like as a kid, when you're all the other kids are over there playing football on the sideline, you know, And like you get to watch that happen. It's so cool. And that's like a tradition thing. You don't really have it a whole lot more than you do really anywhere else, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I asked that question because I thought about that the other night. I was like, I wonder if there's one game that just is like, hell yeah. You know?
And that was a great game. Like it was a really close game, tough game.
Is that when Josh played for Bendis?
Friday? Josh Fisher?
Yeah.
Who played for Bendis just all through the hospital, I think.
Yeah.
So
Friday was on that team. He was older. I thought Josh Friday's a year older.
it was my junior year. So independent senior. Yeah.
What a team.
Yeah, that's good squad.
And it's crazy that you look at Matt and he was the size he was a sophomore. Then you look at the quarterbacks that we've had, and then you look at like how different the size is. You know,
That was a freshman in that video.
it's crazy. Aaron.
Sophomore.
And I told Dan last night. And that's this will conclude. I told Dan, I said, dude, one of my favorite stories of Matt for me, because I was little, you know, 6th grade, 7th grade, was Matt stayed at the house, and Mom wanted to go to Golden Corral, and she had that little punch bug.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to Golden Corral, and Matt was so tall. You know, he was in the front seat, and Matt was in the back seat, and his head was like barely over the convertible thing, and that bug drilled him right in the head. And I was like, oh, dude, let me get that. I was sitting there, and it was just like, I was sitting there, and I was like, that is great. Some good one.
Well, this concludes the episode today. If hit you another one. Like I said, we had a good episode. Yeah. We got more planned coming up in the year. I ain't gonna reveal it just yet, but we will have a special episode with Papa at some point.
We're also going to do an episode where
An episode?
apples.
You've been drinking an apple.
That's all. We're also going to do an episode where we're going to do a live tailgate at Ticker Conrad's with Zach.
We're not.
We're not.
I'm not. I won't be there.
We're not.
I'm not gonna be there for that at all. Who the hell would tailgate a Ticker Conrad's? Who's doing that?
Having a season pass to Ticker Conrad's is absurd.
That's what $20? What it costs?
Yeah, why would you have a season pass?
It's $20. Season pass.
Yeah, well, the ticket costs like $4.
Yeah,
Whatever. I'm done with that.
Like, comment, subscribe,
Share.
it. Again, we're on TikTok too. I'll share some of the TikToks whenever this is edited and put out. Comment, man. We love hearing you guys' feedback with our episodes. And if you don't like us, tell them.
We don't care. We really don't.
We don't care. We're in Texas living room now, don't it?
It's funny because people are like, "Oh, you think you're going to get big on it?" I was like, "I don't think you understand. We really don't care.
I don't.
We do this for fun.
It's a fun time. It's just a fun time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care.
No.
Whatever.
Literally don't care. All right. Apples.
Bush lattes. We'll see y'all next time. Take it easy.